Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another landscape painting tutorial. Today I chose another forest painting and it will be easy, and I only have here like 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, so we will not be stressing over so many colors and detailing today, but I will do my best to make it like a pretty painting. So these are the colors that we'll be using for today's tutorial. We have titanium white, burnt sienna, cadmium yellow or mid yellow, and phthalo green. So let's underpaint first my canvas. I'm using a 14 by 16 canvas board, and let's begin now. So for the underpainting, I'm just gonna wet my brush. We won't be using a lot of greens today. FYI, this painting that I'll be doing today is actually a painting that I've done already before, but I wasn't doing YouTube painting tutorials before, so there was no video process for that. But now I want to show you how I do those, or how I did those paintings. I actually had 3 versions of that painting, so this will be quite easy for me because I've done several versions of this. So let's go back. Let's use our phthalo green. I forgot to mention that we will be using some black paint, but I'll just add burnt sienna to that to make some muddy color. Alright, so this will be the underpainting for the ground. So the horizon will be up here. So I don't think I'll be needing my black anyway, because I can simply mix my green and brown and I will create that muddy color. So let's underpaint first our canvas. I'm just gonna wet my brush to make the paint flow quite smoothly. So if you don't have black paint, actually I have my black paint, only that I forgot to get it from my storage room. So instead of walking to my storage room and getting it, I just mix my colors. I think this is also a learning experience for me and for you as well. You know, it's like it goes both ways. Alright, so you can see I've darkened the lowest or the bottommost portion of my canvas. Again, this is just an alternative to black. If you have black, that's good, but I think it's also good that I was able to mix my colors and save myself the time of cutting this video and just getting my paint. So I'm just gonna wash my brush. We're gonna underpaint the horizon, or the sky, not the horizon, the sky. Let's see. I'm gonna get my titanium white and I'm gonna mix that white to the existing dark browny greenish color right here. So you can see it's like muted, it's like dirty white. So I'm just gonna use this to underpaint the sky. I also have my hair dryer with me, like just right beside me, so that when I want to dry things quicker, I have my tool just right beside me. Oops, sorry guys. Alright, like that. Okay. Alright, so we can set this brush aside. We'll be using another brush for detailing. Alright. So the horizon line should be 1, 2, just right above the middle line of your canvas. It should not be in the middle line. We don't want that. So it should be a little higher than the middle section. Okay, so now I'm just letting it dry. I'm gonna get my hair dryer to dry things a little faster. Okay, that will do. Let's now go to doing some foliage. I'll be using my round stiff brush. It's just a round brush that has stiff bristles. So you can use that to make some foliage. You can also use a sponge for this technique. So I'll be dabbing onto my green color. Get your phthalo green plus cad yellow. Like so. And then add a tiny bit of brown to kind of tone the color down, like this color. Alright. And then let's start dabbing on some colors. Make some foliage. Just dab. So. Here. We'll also be painting the light today, which is my favorite subject. It's just my favorite subject, the light. So I'm just dabbing on. Just continue. These are just background foliage. It will be covered later on because we'll be doing some trees on the foreground. But we just want to make sure that we do some thickness of the foliage. So I'm adding brown to make my foliage quite dark because of the shadow or because of absence of light, not shadow. So I'm dabbing on some dark colored foliage here because they're not really receiving enough light to be highlighted. So again, I don't have black with me. If you have black, you can use that. I'm just mixing my brown and greens together to create that dark colored patterns right here. Alright, like that. Okay, I'm gonna dab onto my pure yellow without washing my brush. So by not washing my brush, I get the muted colored yellow. And I'm just gonna dab it on down here because the light will be touching or will be reaching this area. It should be a little lighter. Alright, now I'm just getting my pure yellow. Make some brighter highlights. Right here. down here. Okay. I'm gonna make some more dark green colors, almost black. Just want to create some more dark foliage. Again, most of this background foliage will be covered, but we're doing the background first because we don't want to go back to to those areas later once the tree trunks are done. All right. Now I'm gonna wash my brush out, and let's proceed to doing some tree trunks already. For the tree trunks, I'm just gonna use a square brush. So I'm just gonna use my dark brown. Since again, I don't have black, I'm just mixing my greens, the colors that I have here, my brown and my green to create darker colors. So it should be like this. And now I'll be using this to make some tree trunks. So again, as I told you guys, the background foliage will be, most of them will be covered. But to get that realistic feel, we kind of have to do them, even if, you know, we know that we will be covering or we will be painting over them. So just do some tree trunks. Right, like that. We have one. So again, brown and green. All right, and then let's create some smaller tree trunks. Not smaller, but I mean like thinner. Because of perspective, they should appear quite thinner. Some more thin. Here. Like so. Okay, now before we do some details on the tree trunks, let's paint the lights. So I'll be using another brush just to make things a little cleaner because I've already dirtied my paint brushes. I'll be using a cleaner brush. I'm gonna get my cad yellow or meat yellow. I'm gonna add white, tiny bit of green, like so, and maybe tiny bit of burnt sienna. So it's like this color. And let's start painting the light. So you can see I'm almost dry brushing. We're creating the light here, so I suggest that you learn from how I do it more than from how I explain things. Okay, this is just the initial stage. We're just trying to identify where the light is gonna go. Nothing is final here. All right, guys, we're trying to just identify where the light is gonna go. We will be detailing a little bit more. For now, let's just try to be a little patient. Like that. It's just identifying where the light is gonna go. I think it's making sense already. All right, like that. Okay, so now we can go into more detailing. I'm gonna get my cad yellow, burnt sienna. All right, and I'm gonna do some dark browny colors. I'm adding a little bit of green to make some dark browny color. And we're gonna try to color the shadow, but not too much. The shadow is a shade lighter than black. It's not pure black. It cannot be this black. So we're coloring the shadows with this color, but we'll be doing some layering of black later. This is to suggest soil. I also have my palette knife with me so that, you know, we really create that natural patterns on the soil portion, like rough soil, not the cemented or concrete anything. like so. And here. All right, like that. All right, so I'm gonna allow that first to dry. Now I'm gonna get my black, but since I don't have black, guys, I'm just gonna mix my green color, my brown. I'm gonna mix them together to create that muddy color. And then I'm gonna get my palette knife and I'm gonna use it to create some patterns on the soil. This is a very loose type of painting. Like this. I think I need some more greens. So I'm just mixing my greens and browns to create that almost black color. Absolutely, it's not black, but it's dark enough for me to create that dark patterns on my painting. So it's just an alternative to black. So still using my palette knife, trying to create that texture that I really want for the soil part. Like so. Right. Now I'm gonna allow that first to dry. I'm gonna make some like grasses. So I'm gonna get my green color plus yellow. Perhaps this dark browny color. Let's try to create some like patches. You can absolutely be random with this type of painting. I'm gonna add some tiny bits of yellows. Then browns. You can make some greeny colors as well. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna darken this area. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get my titanium white. Let's allow the colors first to dry. We'll be going back to that later. I'm gonna get my titanium white and I'm gonna make some markings here in between those foliage. Just white to suggest the sky or clouds that are peeking through the foliage or the trees. Just allow some light or white markings in between. And here I'm gonna make a huge coverage of white right here because we'll be making the sun right here. So I'm already marking where the light is coming from. Again, this is just spaces that will suggest what's in the background. All right, like that. Let's allow that first to dry. Then let's make some details on the tree trunks. So we have some yellow and brown and white. Okay, so I'm gonna detail some trees here. I'll be using this color to highlight the tree trunks. You can see how I'm doing it, right? Remember guys, the light is coming from this area. So the left side of trees from here should be highlighted. So I'm just gonna highlight the tree trunks. You can add a little bit of white to make it more visible. Oops, that's too much white, I guess. So again, I'm just highlighting the left portion of the tree trunks to suggest where the light is coming. I'm gonna close this one. Like that. All right, since the light is coming from this area, then the right side, the right side of trees from the left side should be highlighted. that. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my cad yellow, just pure cad. Let's try to okay, I'm gonna make some highlights right on the horizon line by using yellow. Like that. Okay. I'm just using yellow for the light. All right, like that. Oh, this is nice. Oh my gosh. When I look into the camera, I found that it is so nice. So I'm gonna make some sun. I'm gonna get my cad yellow again. Just try to make a circle, you know, like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter that much because we'll be glazing over it with white to suggest some more light. And I'm gonna allow that first to dry. Okay, I'm gonna get my cad yellow and then titanium white to make some light yellow. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of green just to make some yellow greeny colors, but more white. Again, highlighting the horizon. We'll be fixing the trees later. For now, let's just paint over those tree trunks to be able to suggest the light source. like that. Right. And then I'm gonna get my greens and dark browns. Just try to like overlap the painting or the colors. Oops, let's fix that one. All right. Let's make some more foliage, guys. So I'm gonna get my round stiff brush. Right, so I'm gonna get my green and then browns to make some dark colors. And I'm gonna use that to make some overlapping foliage. Like so. All right, like that. And then I'm gonna dab on some dark colors on the ground. You know, we're trying to create a natural scene. So we don't want it to be like super flat, super straight, or anything like that. We want it to be as raw as possible. Like so. Like that. Now I'm gonna get my hair dryer because I kind of want to dry first the sun before we highlight everything. So right, but before that, let's fix the tree trunks. So let's darken some areas. Like so. Again, it's highlights. Highlights. That's nice. I like it. I like it, guys. I'm gonna dry the sun now. And then I'm gonna get my pure white, and I'm gonna paint over that yellow sun and kind of scatter the white paint like so. Like I'm moving my fingers like round and round, and I'm distributing the light or the color within the surrounding trees like so. And then I'm gonna paint over again with some white. Like so. And then I'm gonna get my yellow and make some suggestions of light in between the tree trunks like so, and around this area where the light is. And then I'm gonna make some white highlights near the opening where the sun is brighter, or the brightest, where the sun is shining the brightest. Can't even explain it, guys. Like so, maybe here. Again. All right. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think I have to sign this now because this is done. To me, this is done. I actually got a lot of paint, more than what I needed. I mean, paint on my palette. Like I have a lot of colors when in fact I'm already done, but it's all right. It's part of painting. Just highlighting some more. Then I'm gonna make some areas quite greenish than the others. This is very, very nice. Just to make the trees more believable. All right. Wow. This is beautiful. Right, guys? All right. Now I'm gonna sign this, and for the signature, I'll just use my white, since I have tons of white. All right. Yes. So we're done. We're done, guys. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So we're done, guys, and it only took us like about 48 minutes, and we're done. So see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this one, just like what you did the last time. I think many people enjoyed that one. So see you in my next video, guys. Love you.